Hi all, welcome to another amazing Chess 24 Banter Blitz. So it's approaching 11:30. Let me just show you the discount code screen. If you want to play me or other streamers, if you become a premium member, and there's a 15% off discount code here, voucher code, Kingscrusher for me or for other streamers. You just turn up 20 minutes before and you just send the challenge and it'll be on our list of challenges. So, okay, so bear that in mind if you do want to join as a premium member. Okay, let's go to the challenges today. Azul missed. Hi. Okay. So playing with the black pieces here. I'll play knight c6. It's one of my pets. Let's play g6. I mean, this is quite good fun, generally. g6. Okay, I'll take. Oh, this is tricky. Now, I once had an IM in an over the board play this, and I thought it was quirky because g6 gives a signal to fianchetto, but this can be justified, actually. So I'm playing this. It can be justified. I know it looks a little bit quirky, as if inconsistent, but you've got to adjust in chess sometimes to the opponent's moves, so I'm adjusting to this. I don't want to play f6 because that's wrenching open the diagonal. It keeps the diagonal solid. So, okay, there's a cost to it, and it looks weird what I've done, but I haven't opened up that diagonal. I have left some holes here, but mind you, how exploitable are they if my opponent hasn't got the dark square bishop now? So all in all, if we look at that situation, it swings and roundabouts, but here at least, my king doesn't feel that bad at the moment anyway. I can take on d4 maybe, or challenge this bishop. We'll take on d4 and challenge the bishop like this. So I'm hoping to have an activated rook. Maybe if he gives me another pawn in the center, I could do something with that. Maybe I could play. Okay. Knight f6 is immediately dangerous, so I think I'll stab that off. Okay, we have a knight versus bishop scenario. The bishop's slightly. It's going to be blocked by its own pawn now. I think this is okay. There's a tempo gain here, queen h4 on the bishop. This seems annoying generally, queen h4. Oh, bishop b5. If he wants to try and get contest this file, bishop b5 could be handy though. Let's see this move, queen here. So is there bishop b5? I assume that might be a reasonable move here. I wonder if rook e5. If he took on e5 and I took, and maybe there's knight d4 after, maybe that pawn's useful there. Or in fact, okay. So knight d4 here, if g3 there's knight f3. The knight's not that stable on d4, c3 for example. Right, if c3 happens, yeah, I'm not sure. So what about queen f6? Queen f6 as an alternative. I mean queen f6. Let's see. Is he trading off? It might be nearly equal. I could do a Kramnik. I can say I'm slightly better here, but I'm not. No, I don't think I am. Okay, so rook e5. Maybe it could take it. You can have these pawns. Let's just do that for a moment. How do I drum up something from nothing here? There does seem to be an option which is more available to me than him. It seems h5, h4, h3. White, conversely, cannot seem to do the same sort of effect that easily to try and undermine squares. Okay, you can try and trade off everything though. Okay, now if he took here, I get a more central queen. How is this ending? This is going to go into a king and pawn ending. My king could come up to d4 later, potentially, or e4. All right. I had a pawn there to take. Oh. Yeah, I neglected that pawn. I could have taken that pawn. No, it's too late. The double pawns doesn't look healthy, you know. I might try this king and pawn ending. Those double pawns look a little bit suspect. So he pinned my queen, so I couldn't take his pawn there. That's unfortunate. I have got the option of b5 to do that little trick to dissolve in order to create something else. Let's stop f4. So I'm trying to get a bind here in this king and pawn ending. So the double pawns, could they be a problem? Alright, I'll keep my option open for b5 here. If I played a5, I lose that option of b5 forever. a6, I think I can get away with a6. a5 I just take. So I keep the option of b5 now. It's good to have one break. It's reassuring. One pawn break available. f5, f4 looks as though I'll be depriving the f4 square. So it's almost a zugzwang. If king d3, f4. Let's see if I make him run out of moves here with h6, because king d3, f4. Now f4, if he took, that looks as though my king's making some inroads. And if he gives me king e4, it looks as though my king's still making some inroads. Okay, it looks as though I've got more aggressive king here. I think this looks like a zugzwang scenario. It looks pretty likely because of the double pawns and the king positions here. It looks as though king d4, there's no entry points after king d4. Now here it looks as though king f3 is going to be even more aggressive. Now, king e1. Yeah, or there's king d3 now, just immediately winning pawns. Yeah, I think this is just winning pawns. And the pawns are dropping. Okay, I'll take that. It takes some time to... Oh. Take, f5, take. I'm in time. I'm in time. Okay, thanks for the game, as I've missed. Yeah. You took me, endgame. You want to try my endgames? Okay, let's try the endgames. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I'll try this. I've done a video recently about this move order with e6. You'll notice that it's tempting now to play e5. He hasn't played e5. Okay. You can transpose it into a Sveshnikov as one of many things to do here. So this is a Kasparov move order, which I always thought was weird to get into the Sveshnikov. So I'll play d6 here, and now bishop f4, because if bishop g5, a6, so this is a weird, to me, it's been weird for some time as a move order for the Sveshnikov. Okay, bishop f4 is the move. This looks like a Sveshnikov with perks, because the knights are wobbling around. I'm threatening b4, as you would in Sveshnikov. There's no massive d5 gaping hole to contend with, which is the usual cost you have to pay for this. You usually have to pay the cost of the d5 square. This knight sack, I'm thinking it's not that dangerous. I hope it's not that dangerous. Yes, it looks weird, this f4, rather than trying to give me a hole on d5. So basically, yeah, instead of f4, the move bishop f4, e5, bishop g5 would go into what's called the Sicilian Sveshnikov, which I used to play quite a lot as a junior. And, okay, let's see. There's bishop a6 to be able to take it and check and then knight e4. This might be a reasonable move. It seems less routine to be than bishop e7. Well, it seems as though taking check, knight c3, there's knight d4 there. I don't know where that's heading particularly. This is a target, this whole diagonal. I'll do it, I think, to drive the knight back. So knight d4 here, I could... If queen e3 is knight c2, if queen d3, e5 seems reasonable. Unless there's anything better than e5. Okay, so I've got a hole on d5 again. Maybe that's slightly wrong how I played it. Could be. Alright, I thought taking on bishop g5 was interesting. I think d5 here to just try and challenge white's centre. Immediately, just so I don't get a d5 hole. I might be losing a pawn. Although, no, maybe knight d5. ed knight d5. If there's bishop g5, I think ed knight e4, knight e4, bishop e7, rook e8. I'm hitting that bishop, okay. Right, there is knight e4 here, because if he took attacking my queen, I could take attacking his queen. And if he took, then I take on d2. If he took here, then I just take queen. I think knight e4 here. So I hit his queen. So if he takes, I take. If he takes, I take. If queen e3, maybe there's knight c2. So if he took, I take again. Yeah. Well, the bishop's hanging. I think f6. I don't think so. There's at least bishop f6 to avoid getting mated. It's a good try, though. I don't think I've got anything much better than bishop f6. I mean, queen h6, I think I'd take this pawn out. Okay, knight e2 here, and then nudge the queen away from pinning with h5 to be able to play g takes. I'm not sure the checks are going to run out. Knight e2, just to unpin, basically. Knight e2, if the queen moves, I take probably. There's no perpetual checks, I think. So if queen g4, I think there's h5. to unpin here. And this is actually, I'm looking at tactics around here, weirdly. Like rook a3, but actually rook a2, come to think about it, there's a back row issue as well. Rook a2, if needed. But I think the main tactical scenario here is queen g4, h5. There is a back row issue, rook a2, queen d1. But yeah, there's a pinning issue here, h5. Queen h4, I think I just take, there's no perpetuals, is there? Queen g4, king h8. Well, this is with check. That's check. Okay, thanks for the game, commentator. Okay. Cat Weasel. Okay, let's play English opening. I got a bit of a cold, unfortunately. I'm hoping it'll clear soon for next week's session. Pardon me. Okay. Oh dear. It only came suddenly, sort of, last night, this morning. I actually meant to have a vitamin C. You can get these vitamin C boosts. I meant to have one of those. Oh, I didn't. Oh, unfortunately. Okay, later. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to abort here. 5 seconds, 1 second, 2 seconds. Yeah, I've got a strange voice today. Sorry, yeah, I know. I had a sore throat earlier. Yeah, it's slightly less sore now, but I was wondering how it made me sound today. Okay, I'm gonna abort this. Okay. Sebi. Right, let's try English opening. I have some good results actually from this opening with g3. There is a bit of Catalanic pressure, I believe. Catalan pressure. On d5, double pawns as e4 to break through later. This I'm happy with. There's something about this, it looks to me quite impressive in some respects, this position. I think it reminds me also, there's this Karpov-Kasparov match, was it Kasparov-Karpov? With this sort of construction. I think Karpov was on the white side and he played like, with this kind of construction with h3 and bishop e3 and stuff. It reminds me of that anyway, I'm not sure the exact move sequences. Okay, e4 is clearly a target here. There is some cost to giving up that dark square bishop. I might want this bishop on that diagonal. Can I actually retain this knight? The most flexible option is knight b1, just to kick the bishop. So I got knight d2 later. I believe this might be the most flexible option, because he's taking me down a one-way road here. Because what if, you know, I can't do anything with this dark square bishop? It is already hemmed in at f4. What if that diagonal's not worth much? I think with this, I have the idea that I can play knight d2 later. This might not be that dumb, knight b1, as you might think. So b4 and knight c3, would he undermine this pawn chain with a5 later? Would that matter? So I can get away with knight c3 now, actually. I don't need b4. So basically all I've done is kept control of e4 here. To be honest, from a practical point of view as well, I've kept the tension in the position basically, and he's also used a lot of time here. So basically, because the tension has been kept for a blitz game, it is sometimes very handy for a lot more pressure later on. I haven't gone down this one-way road, so it looks okay. I can take with the knight here. Or queen d3. If I cause f5, I guess that's okay. We have virtually the same sort of... No, we have a different scenario here. Okay. It's a different scenario in many respects, actually. I think this is slightly more favourable than losing that bishop. I think the bishop is actually kind of... Okay, not losing the bishop. Let's have a look at this position. So the c-file, for instance. Maybe I'm being too optimistic here. Okay. Bishop, queen b3 has bishop d5. Can I... queen h5 is knight f6. Let's put the queen here for a moment then. Just wondering about this exchange sack idea. Rook c5. This bishop would seem enormous on the diagonal. I think I'm going to do this to try and get this enormous bishop. I think that might be a concrete issue with the opponent's position here. If he has to accept such an exchange sack, I can coordinate on g7. Maybe a move like g4. I've got to be careful about e3 though. Alright, let's do this. Just for g4. Try and later use the g-file. So I'm wanting him to give me this, what seems to be an enormous bishop, and a sort of binds on the queen side and the d4 square for the bishop. I think that's enough compensation. That looks like a bindy position where I think black would have limited counterplay. The rooks, I don't think, are that active and aggressive. The bishop in the centre, the 3-2 pawn, the passed pawn, the protected passed pawn, the bishop on d4, the possibility of g4 to coordinate on g7. Later with king h1, rook g1, g4. If I play g4 now to try and make way for that g-file. Aha. Okay, here we go. So g takes. I wonder if g takes immediately, and then bishop h3 and rook g1. As long as there's no tactic like knight f4 and e3, I think our bishop just comes back. Queen h4, bishop f5. Knight f4. I'm not sure. This bishop could be dangerous on that diagonal. Queen h4, I might have to think about bishop g2 actually. If there's tactics with knight f4, I have to think about bishop g2 if queen h4 is played. It's giving me a free ride for this g-file now. I just think the rooks are stuck in this position. This bishop's enormous. Queen f2 would have been good. Queen f2 here maybe. Queen h4 or queen g3. Oh, okay, the rooks can use the d-file almost. That's a concern, the rook's using the d-file here. Okay, let's stop that entry point. Although there is knight d5. Bishop d4 is of course, bishop d4. He could counter sack. I think this bishop wants to go back to this diagonal, potentially. Mind you, I think he's counter-sacking the exchange. Okay, maybe not. Can I play h4, h5 for knight g6? No. Knight g6. We've got a short-term and a long-term liability here. Queen g6, threatening bishop f6, rook f8. Queen h6, queen h7, queen f8. If rook d4, this just looks far too strong. I assume rook d4 or something. Oh, there's just queen h6 here. The rook's a liability. Alright, thanks for the game, Zebby. Okay, yeah, that was interesting. I thought the exchange sack seems pretty good compensation. Okay. The Walker. Okay, so bishop g7 get into a king's engine here. So earlier in the week I had an over-the-board game against Richard Bates, who's like ECF 230, and it was a fianchetto king's engine. I was very happy with that. He's like ranked 42 in the country. It's on my channel if you want to check out the annotation for that, video annotation. So the king's engine for me is still a weapon of choice. Let's see, g5 and knight g6. Okay, castle queenside, yeah. I've got a clamp on the king's side at the moment. c5 even was take on d6. So I think I should be playing on this side of the board. Yeah, I'm going to be playing on this side of the board, I think. Because, well, let's see. In fact, I should maybe consider b6. Just to keep a lock on this side. And just play on this side. Even though there's no king as the target, I think I could have dangerous pawns emerging. Okay, so this is playing into what I thought could be very interesting for me. g4, h5. I think g4, yeah. I just don't think there's enough to back up any attacking prospect here. But over here, I seem to be... My opponent is probably thinking he wants to open up lines against my king. But I can kind of make use of that agenda, I think, to get structural concessions, square concessions, potentially dangerous pass pawns in the endgame. Which you normally wouldn't get so easily, but it's because there's this motive for opening up things As long as I don't get mated, like h4 is slightly vulnerable here. I can target that. I could have actually taken that. Maybe I should have just taken that. Now I've got to be factoring in king safety though. I'm going to take some pawns over here. I think I need to build up first. I think the key to this is making sure my king is not blasted off the board if I do try and win a pawn. So how will I do that? Some bit of prophylaxis with the rooks first. Okay. Now it's giving me f4. If knight goes into f4, I could get this diagonal. Or it could just be giving it on a plate like f4, ef. I could just wait for that then. And again, I could throw my king in as a target here. Does he want to do this? Because he's opening up my bishop. If my king was on e8... Alright, this way. Okay. Let's make sure queen a4 is not coming in this way too quickly. Queen a4, bishop d7. Maybe bishop d7 or queen d7. If the queens come off here, I can play my attack over here without getting mated that easily, I think. There is a possibility of bishop h3, I've just noticed. Okay, this endgame scenario is, I just make the king a bit safer and I can really play on these squares now without the king being the major liability of doing this stuff. Now e takes or knight f. E takes might be better. It seems logical to open up that bishop. Okay, I can give up the bishop now. Or king e7. If I give up the bishop, I get this passed pawn. Yeah, I'm going to give up the bishop. I know this seems crazy, but rook f8, h4, there's a passed pawn there. There's two passed pawns. There's a big e5 square. Okay, I've got my squares here to play with. f3. I get the king out of the way and I've got e5 to play with. Nice knight on e5, hitting c4. This would be a nice pin. I've got the king out of the way here. Okay. Give myself some more flexibility, maybe by... Oh, there's rook f4. I've just noticed rook f4 as a shot, just to hit e4 here. Yeah, e4 seems weak all of a sudden. That knight is actually stopping the king, protecting it. Okay, I'll grab this pawn, I think. Ah, there's a pin here, knight g4 to be factored in. If I take this knight g4, I don't think that's good for me, that. Necessarily. So d takes it is. To give rook g4 in response. Rook f3, rook g5. Right, there's rook d4 check with tempo. I'll take that tempo. Try and unpin over here with rook g8. And it's got this taking, and there's two connected passed pawns though. If I ever took on g4, it's two connected passed pawns. The check, king c8. Alright, I'll have my two connected passed pawns, thanks very much. So rook f4, g3, two connected passed pawns. Yep, I'm going to drive them. Thanks very much. g3. With tempo. There was a game of John Nunn which fascinated me once, where he did just had great pawns on over the king side. It was a different thing. So normally just going for a checkmate attack. So John Nunn, the exponent, major exponent of the King's Indian defence. Check out his games. So, okay. Alright, thanks for the game, Del Walker. Okay. Tactic chess. Let's play knight d5. Let's play, I think d4 is okay. This looks okay, I think, for me at the moment. Does he want to give up this bishop? I could do this and strengthen my d5 later. I've got the bishop here. This looks good. Pressure on the b file. It's got b1 covered, of course. But c4 looks pleasant enough. Bishop f4, c5 springs to mind. Okay, let's get out of bishop h3 to give an option of bishop h1. Oh, there's also rook e7. Okay. Let's try and provoke some weakness with f6. I don't think he'll do that. Probably knight g6. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Thanks. Let's provoke that weakness. Okay, great stuff. Didn't expect that. Which means this diagonal is more sensitive than usual, which means c5 is more effective now for this diagonal. If you can provoke that f-pawn to move. Knight f5. Right. Well, c5 looks as though it's interesting. There's knight h4 for queen g4. Knight h4. It's not threatening anything immediately. Knight h4. So I think c5 might have something going for it. Bishop f4. He just takes on d4, right? Okay, so c5. Okay. I'm a bit worried about my back row in conjunction with this bishop though. So I might have to play bishop g2 later. Oh, there is queen c3, keeping an eye on e1 in case of queen e7 to e1. So queen c3, maybe better. It gives me rook e1 as well to consider. Let's see, rook e2, bishop g2, it's getting a bit scary. This e-file is a bit scary. Oh, there's always takes, and my d5 is weak as well, bishop g2. It'd be like giving up on d5. Yeah. Alright, so there's some problems here. I wonder if c6 is a good idea, and then rook e1, if he gives me the chance. c6. Actually, am I threatening? Okay. Yeah, that's another way of losing pawns. There's Queen F3 there. Okay, Bishop G2 might be palatable. So Queen F3. So it takes Queen E4, Queen F3. Oh, he's got Queen D4. Oh, he's got Queen D4. Okay, it was CD and Rook C1. Oh no, he's on my Rook. Ah, crikey. So I'm losing some pawns for nothing because it's on my Rook. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, that's a real shame. I'm losing these pawns. Okay, I'll try something over here. I have to try something over here. H5, H6. Does he want another pawn? Alright, okay. Some pressure on C7. Oh, full pawn over here, King F5. G5. I'm not making much of an inroad there. A6. He's got Rook A5. He's got Rook E5 as well. I've got two full pawns. If Rook E5, Rook D5, there's no Rook E1? No, there isn't. Okay. Maybe not. Play for Rook F3. Rook F3, Rook F7. FG. This isn't very promising, is it? Ooh, okay. Thanks for that off. Okay. Okay. No, yeah. He had a lot of play there after the opening. I underestimated that. Frankie for fingers. Okay. Crikey. Can I get into a French offense or not? A sort of Petrosian style French defence here is emerging. If I can exchange off the light square bishops, I think Petrosian will be happy. Oh, he'll be more than happy with f5. If I can get f5 later. Okay, let's avoid this trap. Queen a4 check, though. Yeah, okay. So bishop a6 without losing a piece would be good. Smoke out the f5 square then. g6, knight f5. Let's give me a nice bishop for free. I think g6, 97, c5, rook c8. Let's stop any tactics. Try and stop any tactics. Okay, do I need 97 first? Is he going to take that? 97, oh. My f7's the problem. I just realised f7's the problem, so I need to protect f7 if I'm going to play for castling queenside. Okay, knight e3 might also be I think. I'll play g takes because I think e6 is disruptive. Alright, knight d7 to f8 to g6. I've got that g6 square opened up for the knight. I've seen that before, that kind of thing. Knight f8 to g6 could be handy. Put some pressure on f4. What's his tactical threat there? I don't know. Clamp down here with h4. I think the en passant gives me still fairly solid position, I think. I think Petrosian, HG. Master of prophylaxis. But he's got a passed pawn. Rook h5, double the rooks against the passed pawn. Knight e6, take the queen. Knight f7 is threatened. So knight h4 here. Knight h4 for a moment. And this is anything but rook h6, simply rook h6 helps double the rooks. Maybe that's better. So knight f7, queen f7. If I can double the rooks, There's a backward pawn. Double the rooks. And what are the opponent's downsides here? It's subtle, I think. I have to think about this. This is just, it's a visible weakness, it's not that exploitable. The knight on g5. And c5 break is probably tempting in the future. c5 keeps some flexibility to have a rook to try and use the c file. So this might be a future thing, c5. Oh, c4, okay, he's going for c4 now. Let's see then if I played king b8 as a waiting move. I want to see what his hands revealed. I've got this diagonal if he plays for c4. Let's just toy with this for a moment. Okay, hang on, here is a bit of a more useful waiting move, as though I'm threatening c5. Provide a ghost, as Nimzovich says sometimes. You provide ghosts, threats. Concession, immediately. So c5 here. Is my king more exposed than his? King a8, switch this rook across. Knight f7. Rook c5, knight b3. Oh, he's got d4 coming up. Let's just prepare this b file for a moment. Alright, knight d4 is rook b8. Check. Okay, rook h8. Let's look at knight f7 for a moment. Queen f7, rook g6. Okay, if I have rook b8 as well, I can rook b8 for free. That gives me rook h8 as well. Okay, knight c6 is threatened. So queen d7 or queen c7? Queen c7. Threatening maybe queen c5 if I wanted it. I think what I really want to do... Oh, no. Muppets. Oh, that one's d4. d4. Oh no, I thought that was d4. There isn't. Okay, it's all falling apart. Was there d3 at least? The pass pawn here. Ah, it's probably better than c6, king c7. If I take that knight and then rook d8. Or a5, what about a5? Hold on. Right, take the knight now. Or a4. This knight's too dangerous, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, that was an adventure for me. Yeah, that was an adventure. Okay. Yeah. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Now you might be wondering why I'm making weird noises. Yeah, it's just stress relief. Okay. It's just stress relief. I need this. Jeez. Thanks. Petrosian also excites the opponent with weird king moves. Bear that in mind as well. I was certainly doing the weird king moves as well, I think, in the end. To just, I don't know, because there was this famous game, he beat Kasparov with black. It was like waving the red flag to a bull all the time. It just wore Kasparov down, I think, too much. With these weird, there was one King C6 or something. It's in this. It's a really dramatic game of Petrosian playing black against Kasparov. Crikey. Queen's injured in the fence, I think. Okay, I'll try for this diagonal, I think. This is a loose piece at the moment, but he hasn't opened up the diagonal yet. Can I play G5, G4? Okay, I probably I'll try doing this. If castles, I'm not getting hammered, am I? It looks as though the bishop's enough compensation here. Queen c6 does knight a7. Let's avoid that disaster. Bishop takes another disaster with queen a8. If I want to take on d2. I mean, bishop c5 is a nice pin. Okay, I've got a piece here. It takes and taking on f3 after. And this is anything controversial about that. Takes. Rook d7, and winning c7 after. I can take out the controversy as well, I think. If I took and then just took on f3 immediately. Okay, f4 later. c6, 94. Bishop c6 ties the knight down a bit. And there's rook d1, just getting the rooks off and be on a4. I think rook d1. Alright, so I'm on a4. It's got knight c3. Bishop c2. Knight d5. Bishop d6. There's a check here. No, it just takes it. Let's just take that one for a moment, en route. Go back to d1 after. So knight c3, bishop c2. Knight d5, there's bishop e4 check to snap this knight off. Okay. Can I just try and get rid of this knight so I can take him on a4? And then there's bishop b3. There's c5 here, I guess. Okay, indeed. Gonna be careful. Okay. Alright, got a pass pawn emerging. Kick the king out of some key squares. Use this other knight. I've got a pass pawn over here as well. I might start using that. Okay, try and tie down the bishop now. The bishop can't guard both sides that easily, surely. Oh, there's knight d5 winning the bishop. I'm going to watch out for stalemates. Right, as long as king, make sure there's just one move available at least. King g1. Oh, okay, I'll go for the checkmate now. I'll try and just keep up the checks, I think. Alright, thanks, Goggin Paul. Right. Okay. Hi there. Magician the Mighty. Okay. I'm not sure I should try the From's Gambit. It's a bit unsound if they know what they're doing with the From's Gambit. This is more positional, just... There's knight c3 here, isn't there? No, there isn't. The knight's holding the rook. Alright, something to bear in mind. I'm on e3. And there's queen a5 on a2. If the knight moves, then there'll be knight c3 after, like taking knight c3. It's almost as if there's some tactics going on, nearly. I'll try queen a5. So he responds knight c3. There's almost maybe bishop c3. Okay, maybe not. What about... Okay. No, maybe not. Bishop a6? Is that plausible? e4, there's knight f4. Knight c4, I could take the queen, take the knight, and knight c3. Here there's bishop d3 for rook b3, potentially after taking the queens off. Unless he plays knight takes to protect d3. So bishop d3, knight c5, there's bishop c2 there, winning a piece. I think this is a reasonable move. So knight c5, bishop c2. Alright, rook b8. Looks like intense pressure on b2 here. I want d3 as well immediately. d4. Knight c3, is that not doing anything? Rook a1, knight a4. There is intense pressure on b2 though, so I think I'll throw that in. For knight a4. I'm hitting b2 and d3. Also blockading the a pawn. So d3, b2 are the issues now. c4 might be handy. C4 might be handy, I think. Yeah, it gives the option of 1% if b4 as well. c4. There is also knight c5 to b3 as well if I play c4. So the knight can re-centralize. He has blunted the bishop. So c4, knight c5. Looks appetizing. This e6 might actually be a threat, so let's extinguish that. Knight e4, then he's threatening d6. Well, is he? Knight e4. Is e6 a threat, actually? I don't know. Maybe I could just take it and then bishop b2. Okay, I can just kick this knight back with d5, I've just noticed. Knight f2, rook b3 after. Oh, let's just kick this knight away. Kick it again. Let's play rook b3. Keep a blockade, at least. Then c4, and back to business on the b2 pawn. So So e6 locked down here, like Michael Adams would, lock down all the pawns everywhere. Rook b8, knight c5 to d3. Bishop f8 looks tempting. Oh mate. I'll take that. I hope to be better by next week. Oh god. Oh man. Dying here. Okay. No. Okay. Okay. A4. Okay. A5. Okay, I'm going to get hacked over this side if I'm not careful. Okay. Don't particularly want to be hacked to death over here. I'm so sorry today. I don't know. It wasn't that bad last night. It just caught up on me. Unfortunately, bad timing for this broadcast. Thanks for the game. Cobra. Alright, so blockade on f5. When I say blockade on f5, what do I mean? Okay. My castle and rook e8. It looks as though d4's under pressure here. I'm going forward king f7. Threatening rook e8. d4 is vulnerable because he's plunged into e5 and d4 is left behind. So I'm looking at d4 here. Okay, how does he defend? I don't know. This looks awkward because it looks as though the king's not castling that easily, and d4's weak. Something's gone wrong in the opening here for white, it seems, at the moment. So I'm still on d4 if I take here. If I connect my rooks, I'm threatening rook e8. I could do that with a5 and bishop a6. Alright, I can take a pawn now. Or not. Hold on. Let's queen c7 check. So I think bishop d7 avoids the check. He takes, it's still got a d4 issue. Yeah, I think bishop d7 actually. I just want to leave that d4 issue there. If I took, it's transitioning into something which else, but it seems easier just to leave that thing there. Okay, knight d4 here, then he still won't be able to castle because of the e2 bishop after. Is that right? So I'm threatening knight c2 check and rook e8. There's knight b3 check here, winning the rook. I know the knight's kind of stranded, but okay. Thanks, Cobra. Okay. Hitting e5. It's pretty standard stuff. c5 square looks something to play with. I haven't touched my queenside pawns here, so the piece play might be more accentuated on c5 here than usual if I haven't touched my pawns yet. Let's just kick this guy out. With e3, knight f3, queen f3, queen d3, rook d1. There's compensation there for the pawn. Let's have a look at this. There might not be. Try this instead. e3. Let's try and avoid losing the d3, just in case that's not an amazing gambit. Now here, as a gambit goes, it's still not that amazing. Is that? If he plays f5, at least he's compromising a bit to win this d3 pawn. So knight e2, okay. Let's just make sure I've got knight g5 here. Bishop a2 is not a big deal, is it? Because of b3. f5, knight g5, if he was giving me a chance to do something about f5. Let's say b3, queen e2, rook d1. b3. Oh, there's bishop e2 as well. Or d4 might be more to the point. There's knight d5. d4 might be... Let's play d4. Knight d5. Is knight d5 a pain or what? c5, I've got c5 under control. I'll do this. Bishop d5, knight c5. Bishop c d5, knight c5, bishop f3, queen f3. I don't know. Bishop h3, rook e1. Okay, as long as e4 is not dropping off. Doesn't seem to be. Bishop f6 would be a tactic, potentially, for knight f6 in some cases. Maybe later, after moving the queen. Bishop f6. Okay, knight c5 here would seem a move. Paint with the rook, I mean. It takes queen f3, knight d5. I haven't really got much. Alternative, bishop g4, f5 causes a concession. Maybe bishop g4 is worth considering. It's bishop h3. Okay, I'll consider this. Bishop h5 has got bishop g6. f3, bishop g6, there's h5. If bishop d5, there's e4 almost. f3, bishop d5. f3 seems plausible. Right, so queen c2 to sort of unpin. Also bishop f5 is supported with pressure on h7. g6, bishop d3. Alright, I'll let him take on f5 then. Queen takes f5, he's got knight d5. Maybe it's not a big deal. Oh, he's got rook d5 as well. Rook d5, knight d5. Okay, it's forcing some stuff to happen. There's bishop h7, bishop g6, rook g6, rook h5. I think he's done a mistake there. Rook h5. Thanks for the game, Cardinal. Okay, interesting. Hendon Chess Club. Hendon Chess Club. Okay. Kishin, he's a really nice guy. Patney. Kishin. Okay. Hi there. Hendon Chess Club. Yeah. Their board 1. I played their board 1, who happens to be ranked 6 in the country a couple of weeks back for the Hendon 1 team, Hawkins. So my last 2 over the board games, basically against the GM and IM, is this Middlesex Chess League is super strong. So yeah, I've been on board 1 there. against Hawkins and then Richard Bates a few days back this week. But yeah, this guy's he probably knows about the From Gambit, so I'm going to bypass that E5 stuff. If anything, Cushion plays too quickly in his over-the-board games. I'm hoping he's taken steps to resolve that issue, like sitting on his hands, etc. He was far too quick last time I saw his over-the-board stuff. The Bolshevik method can't work with Kishin of having to hate the opponent. Unfortunately, I have to resort to other methods. I can't. Okay. Bronstein. Think Bronstein. Okay. To create interest on the board. Interest on the board. E6, D5. So he wants to hack me to death over here. That's nice. Okay. I get the message. Yeah, it is a bit like a Dutch defence sort of thing. I guess D5 doesn't do anything because of E5, right? If I just get the queens off, I don't think he'd like that if I got the queens off somehow, psychologically. I'll try to get the queens off here, I think. The queen retreat is the solution, clearly, to this. Queen D8. Maybe knight H5. If he commits the knight, he's going to weaken D4 here at some point. Knight H5 here. What would he do to that? Actually, I'm on B2 as well. So I'm on F4. Oh. Unfortunately, I lost connection there. I think it might have something to do with my Amazon Fire Stick. We did have another game after, and unfortunately, I wasn't recording the commentary. I'll just quickly do a brief commentary here. Yeah, we varied here with D4. He played D4 here. I took, so D5. I tried to loosen the light squares in this position with Bishop F5 later, accepting doubling pawns, but I thought this was okay. But this wasn't so clear cut actually. F6, yeah, it's all a bit double-edged, some of my moves here, because the knight actually crept in very tactically now, threatening knight D7, knight E6. To Kishan's great credit, so he's absolutely fine. Here it seems I'm actually worse, so we have quite a tactical game now, and he actually won a pawn here with queen takes E4. So I have to try and get some compensation. I hit A2 here, trying for a blockade as well. A3 not to lose the A pawn, and just trying to drum up some counterplay here basically. So let's see, I took here. I'm trying to use this G file for things like knight e3. And I was now playing for this other tactic, rook 8 and knight f3, which, yeah, thankfully he fell into. So knight f3, which gave me a good position here. He resigned here, but thanks to Kishan for having that rematch. If you want to check out again becoming a premium member on Chess24, this is a discount code Kingscrusher. If you want to play me or other streamers, you can just by turning up 20 to 30 minutes before and just challenging the streamer, your favorite streamer. So it's a really great site. Sorry about that connection issue. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed the session overall. Some interesting games, and see you next week. Thanks so much.